Hey, what's up? What's up? So, Bad Monkey, out of 5, I'll give this a 4.5 out of 5. I'm 4 episodes in. Apple TV has some of the best detective shows out there. Yeah, this is one of the best detective shows out there in terms of, again, how it's written and how it presents diversity. I always talk about diversity and how diversity is misused by streaming services, but this is an example of a show that understands what diversity is. I mean, it happens in LA and Panama Islands. And so the characters in Panama Islands look like characters in Panama Islands. Characters in LA look like characters in LA. You don't feel that forced. You know, the diversity doesn't feel forced. They are appropriately where they're supposed to be, and they are who they're supposed to be. It's believable because the characters are who they are. It's more like if you go to Panama, what kind of people would you find there? What nature of people would you find there? Same thing. Second, the other genius thing is that this is one of the best use of narrator I've ever seen. You know, the way movies have narrators in a show. This show has one of the best narrations ever. You know the way TV shows have narration, a guy speaking over, telling you what's going to happen. This is one of the best use of a narrator ever. I mean, it's easy to follow, and the narrator is not just there to hook you. It's there to actually, he gives you information, and information in a very witty, very, very clever, and a smooth out way. And you later come on to find out that it's not just a narrator, he's a character in the show. So what's the show about? So Vaughn is a detective. He misbehaved, he did something stupid in relation, something to do with his personal life. And then he finds himself, you're given that leave. You understand what I mean when I talk about that leave. And when he takes the leave, now the movie begins from there because his co-worker comes in with a hand, a hand that was discovered in the ocean. And so now this particular show is trying to solve the problem of whose arm is it and why was it in the ocean, what was going on. And then there is this other subplot with development. The way you'll have a nice house close to the beach and then a developer comes in and builds a huge hotel next door or a huge house next door, and they don't understand the place, so they just feel intrusive. So you have Vaughn's character having that problem, and then there's another guy in the Panama, but the story also focuses on that character. His dad built like a small house next to the beach, and then the sister sold that land to developers, and so one day he comes and all his stuff is destroyed. Now he has a monkey. I think that's where the Bad Monkey storyline comes in. And so we follow him trying to actually fight these people, and we also follow Vaughn try to solve the mystery of the hand and also try to survive his relationship, because he's in a weird relationship whereby his ex was wanted by the police. I won't spoil for people. It's very, very interesting. It's something that you have to see for yourself. His ex has a secret. His ex has a secret, and so he has that problem to solve. And then he's now falling in love with morticians, this other woman that he's investigating the case with. And so that has one of the best banters in the film. And the movie has like really good banter, fast-paced dialogue, very quippy dialogue, very smart dialogue. So when you follow, you feel smart yourself because you figure out some things very, very quickly. You figure out what Vaughn is trying to say, and most of the time you find yourself just smiling because of just how smart the show is. So it's a show that I would highly recommend. Right now I think we're going into episode 5. And yeah, from Apple TV, I'm very, very impressed. If there's anything that doesn't work, what doesn't work currently? I don't know. I honestly don't know what doesn't work, because I kind of enjoy everything about the show. Vaughn's character has a rivalry with the new guy who's building a house next to him. And so you follow him Vaughn just making this guy's life miserable. And the guy's just trying to sell the house. So you'll have sometimes with a dead raccoon, he'll put a dead raccoon. Sometimes he'll put, like a full beehive in that house. When new people come in, he'll go like, you know what, this place has like super wildlife. You're going to have a very big trouble, especially if you have a kid. So you have those moments with the neighbors that are absolutely funny. Then in Panama, There's this other, I don't know what to call her. She's a juju woman. It's like witchcraft. There's a subplot with that, which also is very, very interesting. The actress is very beautiful, and so that role is interesting for her because she's terrifying and stunning at the same time. And you can actually see the young man who has now that problem there when he goes for help when he goes to get help from her. You can see how mixed up he is because she's terrifying and stunning at the same time. You know, she's attractive and stunning at the same time. You don't know what she's thinking. Everybody fears her, so he also fears her but he's kind of attracted to her. So it's a pretty interesting show. It's clever. It's a very clever show, and I was really, really impressed by what they did. Vaughn is awesome. It's unpredictable. He's chatty. You know him. You know the character by just looking at his reactions and how he deals with some of his issues. So it's a show I would highly recommend too. So if you get the time, give it a look. And basically that's it. Remember to always watch what you enjoy and enjoy what you watch. I shall see you on the next one. Adios.